Yep, that looks like it'll do the job nicely. Just what's required. Because I need a new seat to move the car. If it starts, of course. Oh yeah, getting serious. G'day everybody and welcome back to sunny Australia. $500 rodeo. We're at a point where we need to get serious about putting this floor back in because I've got a gearbox leak in the other rodeo that I need to fix. So I'll just show you where we're at. We'll get some footage and I made a boo-boo. I'll show that to you later. Things are going okay. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about floor pans and fixing stuff, and I'm on the right path. Am I a professional? No. Is it structural in any way? No. Is it going to look okay? Well, here's hoping. So let's go have a look at what's going on. So we got the first half of the floor pan off of the frame. It came out reasonably well. There's still a little bit of panel beading to put it back where it exactly needs to go. So I'll put that down there for a minute. I drilled all the spot welds through this piece because this piece is never going on. When I say this isn't structural, if I was in any way messing with this tube or these next two layers out, I would not be doing this car to be going to the dump. As it is, it only contacts the subframe, I'm going to call it the subframe, for about 20 millimetres or 3/4 of an inch. So we're not doing anything structural. We are making a lot of noise. This piece here is proving very challenging. Yes, I know I'm going to have to belt it back into shape, but a guy on YouTube said, remember it's metal and it doesn't like hammers. I'm going to re-drill these holes out bigger because I think there's 3 layers of material here, and I don't know if they've used a bigger welder or what, but it's just not coming out. It's free everywhere except through here. And I did check, I haven't missed any spot welds, it's just not coming off. So I'll re-drill them in a minute. How's the car looking? Well, the car's going okay. Just looking for a drive on the driveway, pretty excited. It's cleaning up really well. I still have to grind some spot welds off that member and get the goop out from, oh hang on, can't make the camera go that far. Get the goop out off of this top rail, and then I'm going to take this piece out because I'm going to put, there's 2 halves to that other section. The first piece goes here and the first piece goes in the front, the second piece comes over the top. And the only other piece I'm still struggling with is this little bit at the back, and that's because I just want to be gentle with it. I'll probably end up getting the Recipro saw and just going straight in here because this is only attached to that back wall. Will I weld it on? I don't know. Maybe, because that's the bottom end of it there. I'll see if I can zoom in. No, can't zoom in. There we go. That's the bit that I'm trying to separate. So I'm going to have to take this wheel off when the time comes and potentially weld and paint, you know. We'll see what happens here in this corner later. So we're going all right, but we're going to go and try and get that other piece off now because that's what YouTube's all about, breaking stuff. So the problem children here are these 2 and these 4 through here. So we'll drill them out and see what happens. I'm apart, you bugger. What now? Where's the out there? It's coming. Well, that was always going to be harder than expected. I've missed a spot weld. Not missed it, but I've missed the centre of the spot weld by a 15th there. And there's like a weld spot here. So you got to get them right. I'm not worried about the size of the holes. One, I need more welding practice because I'm going to have to weld this crack up. And two, I've got all this meat in this bracket to play with. So even if I only weld around the outside and then just, you know, it's done. This body glue that they use when they build the things 20 years ago, great shit, hard to get off. So yeah, now I'm going to put that piece back on off camera. I'm going to beat it back into shape so it's more how it should be, and then we'll go and take the rest of the other piece out. Oh, stop being a pig. I'm just going to take this off and you're not going to watch. So that little piece there is going to need some body beating, but at least I know I can get the rotor and the paint on the inside. The panel does fold down in here, so I'm not really sure how we're going to weld that yet, but we'll work it out. You see I've got a little step there, I've got to fix that up, that's low stress. So we're going to sit here for a little while with a grinder and grindy, some bumps and lumps, and see if we can just test fit the panels in, just to see what happens next and how I'm fixing that thing there. Alright, so that's pass number probably 6 or 7 of maybe another 50. I'm just doing this a little bit at a time. I don't want to meet out too much material, and also don't want to get frustrated and just push into it. I am going to have to take some more seam sealer from here. You'll see there's a bit of rust poking up the panel just here. It's only surface rust, but the seam seal is still going to have to come off. My plan is to do a bit more research on rust converter, and then obviously rust convert the bits that sit between the panel and here. So this will need treating. In the back, there's going to be some serious Dremel action to clean up this set corner because I just can't get the grinder in. This bottom section here needs a bit of hammer work, and I missed with the Recipro saw up the top there, so I'll have to get the welder into that. The good part is I can line it up with the panel in front, which, you know, it's not all bad. So I'm reasonably happy. Like I said, I'm not a professional, not even close. Like I've got to weld this up. I made a grinder mistake there, and there's a little grinder mistake there, but that'll fill in when we weld this. So not the end of the world at this point. So let's get the floor and put it in, and, you know, liquid nails it in and sell the car. No, that might not happen in anywhere else in the world, but in Australia, there are people that would do that. I'm not one of them. So again, if I can't make this work, I'm going to send it to the dump. So it's a long way to go yet, but let's have a little win and put the new floor in. And you'll have to excuse the mess. It's the cleaning lady's year off. So we're a long way from fitted in yet. I've deliberately left a lot of material between where I cut here and what I can cut off of here. Like realistically, that spot weld there is there, and yeah, this one at the back is up here. So I've got this little wing on this panel, and I may yet just come straight up here and pull the rest of this out. But on the other hand, do I? Because this is solid. So I've got to work out, you know, tidy this up, get underneath, trace it, measure it, blah, blah, blah. So that panel there is going to be smaller, okay? And it doesn't line up, and I've got a panel bead it and all that sort of stuff, but I have a seat belt hole just there to use as a liner. I've got the same here on this front panel, and this is where my mistake might become more apparent, because if I line up that seat belt hole there, and I line up that seat belt hole there in roughly the right spot, I've got a little gap, and it's only a little gap, but it's still a gap and I don't like it. So and again here, I've got excess material. I've got excess material all the way around, and it was because obviously you don't want to buy two floors because you don't want to have to redo it. Still got some panel beating to do to get this into the right shape, and then start having a good hot think about how we're going to trace the floor and all that sort of stuff. I've got to find a couple of seatbelt bolts out of the wrecks, get some big washers, use them as hold down points. Sorry about that, the camera just had a moment. So we're very close, but from the perspective of at least we're making progress, we now have the majority of the old floor out and the majority of the new floor sort of kind of in. So there you go. And now I get to pick up all the bits of rubbish from under the car from when we pulled the floor out. So that's the old floor, or what was left of it. So see you next time.